Are you ready to take control of your finances and achieve financial freedom? If so, you've come to the right place, because today we're delving into the Total Money Makeover, a proven plan for financial fitness by Dave Ramsey. So potentially this could be a game changer for you to improve your finances. And if you're wanting to transform your money habits, making them better and secure yourself financially in the future, stay tuned. Firstly, you need to take a step back and honestly assess your financial situation. This is the first step to do. And it's often hard to look at your current financial situation, but we must all be honest with ourselves. It's a bit like trying to lose weight. You need to measure how much you weigh and then track it to help you. So this is the same with finances. Just take a step back, look what you've got, look what you owe, look at your outgoings. And unfortunately, the average person, the books mainly about America, but sadly all over the world, the average person is broke. But it's because they don't have good financial habits, the author would argue. So it's time to stop fooling ourselves and start studying the habits that will make us all financially fit people. So the most important bit is to avoid death like the plague. Debt is your enemy. So don't fall into any traps thinking that other people's money is the key to success. You'll hear that in quite a few books, because taking on debt, especially these evil payday loans with a massive interest rate or credit card debt, it's risky and it's actually unnecessary, because you don't need a credit card to build your credit score. That's what many people think. And why do you want to build your credit score? Ultimately, to get a mortgage. And what you don't want to do, particularly if you've got children, teenagers, is to get them to have a credit card, because that's the main slippery slope into debt, and it's hard to claw out of that. Smart money habits. Don't lend money to friends or cousins or co-sign loans. Because if somebody can't get a loan on themselves, then there's probably a good reason for it. Banks objectively assess things. If you want to lose friends, please loan them money and try and get it back. But also, in terms of yourself, avoid taking out loans. For example, cars. You don't need a flashy car. These are depreciating assets financially. And over time, if you look at the amount of payments you'd regularly pay, it adds up. And it's better actually to save first and then pay cash. So in other examples, I've heard about getting, say, a hot tub on loan. It looks good, but you start to resent it and not enjoy it, because you're just seeing the money going out of your account each month rather than enjoying sitting in your hot tub. And remember, looking good isn't the goal. It's actually having money and financial security that is the key goal here. But the key principle, and it's not rocket science, it is budgeting. And it's telling your money what to do rather than getting your money to control you. So don't prepay for some things. Don't pay for a funeral plan, for example. Instead, invest that money, and that will help you gain riches in the long run. And whatever you do, don't gamble. In essence, gambling is sadly a tax on the poor. So here's the 7 steps to financial freedom. I'm sure that you'll like these practical steps. Firstly, save $1,000 for a starter emergency fund. Or it could be £1,000 if you're also in the UK. But this is crucial, and that's for these little emergencies that life throws at you. Say your boiler breaks down, you need to get somebody out to help fix it. And you don't want to rely on credit cards for these unexpected, yet almost at times predictable payments. So you need that cash fund there. Secondly, pay off all your debt accept your mortgage. Now there's a few different strategies, but focusing on the smallest debt first is good because it can give you a snowball effect. You feel like that you've paid off one, you're going to pay off the next, and the next. Stop borrowing, sell unnecessary items, and sadly work more if needed. Thirdly, build a fully funded emergency fund. Now this is aiming to have 3 to 6 months of expenses. So if something bad happened, then you have the resource to keep living. And this isn't then going to be invested in, say, a business opportunity. No, this is in a fairly quick access account that you can get access to if the excrement hits the fan. Fourthly, invest 15% of your income into retirement. I think it's no secret that most governments are going broke, and the pension funds, although there's some debate in the UK about it, in future, when I retire, if I'm lucky enough to get to that age, I'm not thinking the pension's going to amount to much, particularly the state pension. So if you can invest in a private pension, or if your workplace provides a pension, this is gold. This is what you're wanting, because you're getting a tax-free investment, pre-tax income, and it will help in future. And if you're thinking about growth, you may want to think about stock mutual funds that have had solid 5 to 10 year performances. Fifthly, save cash for your children's college fund. Now that's a university here. And only start saving when you've paid off your debts. And you want to pay in cash, not loans. The other thing about this is there's a lot of potentially tax-free education savings and scholarships that people can apply to. And the author mentioned that somebody put in 60-odd applications for scholarships, got quite a few of them, and then that was their university or college fund paid off. Sixthly, pay off your home mortgage early. So you want to both avoid taking out larger mortgages to invest, which people will often say, oh, it's a good idea. But you want to also stay away from home equity loans, because if you look at a graph of paying off a mortgage, at the start, most of your payment is interest and a small amount is actually off the capital, assuming it's a capital and interest. And when you shift on, say 15, 20 years down, if it's a 25-year mortgage, you'll see that then the same payments, most will be coming off the capital and only a small amount on interest. So if you can pay extra early, you're paying off the capital and you're going to pay it off early, and potentially in even 7 years, the author claims. Seventh, the final tip is build wealth, invest, have fun, and give. Because once you're debt-free, you can then start to enjoy your money. If you want, buy some expensive things, because it's not going to hurt your finances much. But remember, you need to keep managing your money. Do not delegate this responsibility to anybody else. So remember, 80% of financial success is about behavior, and only 20% is actually about knowledge. So keep hope. Become what we would call like a gazelle, aggressively pursuing your money makeover. So I hope you found that helpful. Of course, feel free to comment below, like, share, but I'll leave you with this thought. Wealth will actually amplify who you already are. If you're a good person, you'll do good things. I'm sure you're a good person for watching this far. So let's get that money makeover started and start to ultimately enjoy financial freedom.